like, comment, and subscribe for more content.
What's up, guys? It's Dylan here, and in today's video, in honor of the 30th anniversary of the TV series known as The Simpsons, I'm going to be doing a top 10 list of Simpsons Funko Pops. But before that happens, make sure you press that subscribe button down below for more content like this video in the future, and press the little bell so that you're the first to be notified of when that future content comes out. But anyways, let's check it out. So all of the Simpsons Funko Pops are eligible for this list, including the very first 4 Simpsons Funko Pops that were made. We got the new wave of the Simpsons that were released this year that are eligible, and the Simpsons Treehouse of Horror lineup are all eligible for this list. Now, let's start with number 10. So coming in at number 10, which is actually a part of the Treehouse of Horror lineup, is the Flyboy Bart Funko Pop. Now, this pop is really good, or I should say actually really great in detail, especially the head with the Bart's body and the little sugar pouch. I think that's what it is that he's got. The only thing that doesn't make it higher on this list is the fact that not a lot of people requested about Flyboy Bart when they wanted the Treehouse of Horror Pops. They wanted Raven Bart, which I think they're going to make eventually in the future, considering that this whole lineup and the Simpsons lineup, I should say, did really good in 2019. So, let's move on to number 9. So coming in at number 9, another pop from the Treehouse of Horror lineup, and that is King Homer. King Homer definitely has to be the most popular of the bunch of common Treehouse of Horror Pops that came out. It's personally my favorite from that set, and there's just a lot of detail, especially with the little Marge, and it didn't go any higher because of the fact that it's basically only 2 colors, which is like gray and black, and maybe there's a little white, but also it fits the theme of like King Kong, which is basically what it's spoofing off of, and basically that was from the 50s, so 50s wouldn't have had color at that time, so it makes sense of the way that pop looks. And like I said, it was super popular and sold out at basically all the stores. Let's check out what number 8 is. Coming in at number 8, it's Lisa Simpson. Now, this is the first Lisa Simpson in the lineup, as there was this one, and later on there was the Demon Lisa for the Treehouse of Horror lineup, but this is technically now the OG Lisa Simpson. It was cool that we finally got a Lisa Simpson after we had originally gotten Marge, Krusty the Clown, Homer, and Bart in the original 4. It's very simplistic in detail, but that's all it needs to be, and it's also got the little saxophone, which is added detail, which that's what the Lisa Pop should have, because that's what she's known for, is the little, I don't know, I think it's alto sax if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, it's not much higher because it is only simplistic detail. Let's check out number 7. Coming in at number 7 is the original Marge Simpson. The hair, very good in detail, and it's not bad for a pop that was probably made in, I think, 2012, if I'm not mistaken, or 2013, one of those 2 years, even though that pops have kind of evolved in detail over time, but for a pop that was made back in the day, it is pretty good in detail. They got basically everything spot on, and I think definitely 1 or 2 OG Simpsons pops deserves to be on this list. Let's check out number 6. Coming in at number 6, it is Mr. Burns. Now, Mr. Burns has very great detail, especially his hands are like this because he's about to do his diabolical laugh. He's like, ugh. That was actually probably the worst Mr. Burns impression of all time, so just I'll cut that out. Probably not. Anyways, like I said, great in detail, and a lot of people were hyped about this, so that's why Mr. Burns made it at number 6. But let's check out at number 5. Coming in at number 5, it is the Hot Topic exclusive Homer MooMoo. Now, this was a very popular pop when it came out this year, and it basically sold out like at a lot of Hot Topics the first day. It's a very awesome variant of Homer Simpson, and a lot of people like this episode involving Homer MooMoo. So obviously that's why it's definitely up on the list because of hype. The detail on it, including like the little, I think it's the sundress or something like that, it's very great in detail. It's got little flowers and stuff. It's just an overall great pop. My podcast co-host, MD, owns this pop, along with a lot of the pops that are actually going to be on this list. So, let's check out number 4. Coming in at number 4 is the New York Comic Con / Hot Topic shared exclusive, Evil Groundskeeper Willie. Now, a lot of people were wondering why there wasn't a Willie pop in the second wave of the Simpsons lineup that isn't the Treehouse of Horror lineup, but a lot of people are super pumped that they made Willie for the Treehouse of Horror lineup. It's very great in detail. Looks like Freddy Krueger, which it's understandable considering that he's a janitor, but he's also got the rake, so it kind of looks like Freddy Krueger's hand. So awesome detail on that Funko. It looks very evil, and a lot of people are hyped. I don't know what else to say, so I guess let's go to number 3. Coming in at number 3 is a pop that I actually own in my collection. It's the only Simpsons pop that I have in my collection, and that is Bart Man. Now, I'll just move it over here. There's that Bart Man. Bart Man is at my number 3, mainly because of personal reaction, because I remember playing the video game Simpsons Hit and Run. Remember that game, guys? And maybe Simpsons Road Rage also. And I just love the idea of Bart Simpson dressing up as Batman and calling himself Bart Man. The detail on it, it's simplistic, but it has to be just simplistic. It's not a super detailed character, but obviously it was awesome enough that I ended up getting it. And I think a lot of people like Bart Man as it is also. So let's check it out. Number 2. Coming in at number 2, it is one of the OG Simpsons pops, and that is Krusty the Clown. Now, it is so high up on the list, mainly because of detail, because for a pop, like I said about the OG Marge, for a pop that was made around 2012, 2013, it is super great in detail. Especially, one thing that pops don't normally have, and this one does, is a mouth. And this is a perfect pop to actually add a mouth on. I love the color scheme of the pop, and I hope that they make a Krusty the Clown remake in the future. And maybe if there's somehow, I don't exactly know if there was ever a Treehouse of Horror Krusty the Clown. There probably was. Hopefully there's some sort of way they can bring back Krusty the Clown in a pop form in the future, because this one was very great pop. So let's find out what's at number 1. Coming in at number 1 is the San Diego Comic-Con / EB Games in Canada / GameStop in the United States shared exclusive Kang and Kodos 2-pack. Now, the reason that this is number 1 on the list is the amazing amount of detail on this pop. You got the drooling coming from the mouse that is clear, and you especially, another added detail, mouths, because it's rare for a pop to have mouths. And just overall, also the eyes, you can tell the difference from the two characters of Kang and Kodos because of the eyes, because one is kind of closing and the other is fully open. Another added detail is that it's glow in the dark. Who doesn't like glow in the dark pops? And just overall, everyone was just super hyped over this pop. This was actually one of, if not the first pop to sell out at the convention of San Diego Comic-Con, and I was actually considering buying this pop, but I didn't end up buying the pop just because there's just so many other pops that I needed to buy at that point, like some of the Toy Story pops, which actually you can see, where's my finger? Right there. Chuckles was a part of that San Diego Comic-Con lineup, so I had to get him. Will I get it eventually? Possibly. That's why it made it number 1. That is all we got for today's video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you smash that like button to let me know that you enjoyed this video. Comment in the comment section below of what your favorite Simpsons pop is, whether it's from the OG lineup, the most recent wave lineup, or the Treehouse of Horror lineup. Make sure you press that subscribe button like I mentioned earlier for more content like this video in the future, and press the little bell down below to be notified of when that future content comes out. But anyways, thank you all for watching, and see you guys next time. Peace out!
Good life. This is the most boring game in all the universe.
And with all the steroids they take, the players look like freaks. Freaks! Freaks!
Freaks! Freaks! Freaks!
And next week